Just a few days ago, Duane Vermeulen announced that his international career with the South African national team is over. Among the most important players to ever wear the Springboks jersey, Duane's career has been as great as any other player could ever dream of. Let's run through some of his 76 tests over the last 11 seasons, watching some of his best plays and paying tribute to this two-time world champion.
For Dupree, Steyn lobs it away here for Vermeulen. Clean break, a better.
The penalty might come here. It's just being held at the back there. Wales have to be stout. Vermeulen picks up and goes, slips it away to Fourie Dupree, and Dupree for the try. Fourie Dupree, a classic scrum half try.
Before he even made his debut, Vermeulen represented the emerging Springboks, South Africa's second-tier international rugby team. Playing for them, he had the opportunity to face the British and Irish Lions during their 2009 tour of South Africa. On that occasion, the South Africans managed to hold the British and Irish Lions to a draw on 13 points each in a pretty outstanding match. From 2010 to 2012, it seemed like his time to finally gain a spot in the Springboks was about to come, but it didn't. He was omitted for the Springboks squad to play the 2010 Tri-Nations, and the same happened later on in the year when he was named as part of the 39-man preliminary training squad ahead of South Africa's tour to the Northern Hemisphere, but was dropped in the final cut. After that heartbreaking end of 2010, it seemed like 2011 would be his year. What's more, everything was seeming like he could be in contention for a spot in that year's Springboks Rugby World Cup squad. However, an injury frustrated his dream yet again. Eventually, his moment came in September 2012, at the age of 26, when he finally made his anticipated debut for the Springboks during a match against Australia in Perth for that year's Rugby Championship. Following his performance, he was selected once again the following week to start against the All Blacks in Dunedin, a match which they lost by 10 points. Eventually, his first win with the national team would come in the following match against Australia at home soil in Pretoria.
Is there looking for the first touch try? Well, that's a brilliant chase by Phipps as well.
Oh, jeez, that's close.
Charge forward by Flip van der Merwe, Pienaar, Hoogaard gets the ball away to Yankees. Now it's a chance here for Lowe. Habana calls. Habana could get a hat-trick here. Habana gets his third try of the night.
Following his decent rugby championship campaign, he was selected for the Northern Hemisphere tour later in 2012, where he really started showing his true potential and becoming a key part of the team, to such an extent that he received the Man of the Match award for his performance in one of the tests against England at Twickenham. During that match, he made 15 tackles, a few vital turnovers, and was also a primary ball carrier. His growth in the number 8 position continued over the following years. After only 2 years of international rugby in 2014, Vermeulen was nominated for the 2014 World Player of the Year award. Even though he lost that one to All Blacks Brodie Retallick, he still won the SA Rugby Player of the Year award, being named the best player in the nation. He would go on to win that award again in 2020, making him one of the only 5 players to have won that award more than once. Next up is 2015, World Cup year, which was a tough one for Duane, who had to undergo a neck surgery before the tournament. However, he made a very big effort and managed to recover in time for some action. In fact, he only missed the first match against Japan. Then, he went on to play the remaining 3 pool matches against Samoa, Scotland, and the United States, as well as the quarterfinals against Wales, where he took a key role in the match-winning play.
Up and goes, slips it away to Fourie Dupree, and Dupree for the Fourie Dupree. Classic scrum.
Look at the offload. Impressive. Then, he also took part in the Springboks' tight loss against New Zealand in the semi-finals and started to win the bronze medal against Argentina. Not too bad for a first Rugby World Cup. 4 years later, though, he would be in his absolute prime for the following meeting. By that time, he was already the undisputed Springboks number 8. Before the World Cup started, Vermeulen took part in the South African team that won the Rugby Championship for the very first time. Even though it was a shorter version because of the World Cup taking place, that was a sign of their great level coming into the most important tournament. During the pool stage, he started in 2 of the 4 group matches. He played the most important ones against New Zealand and Italy, and then rested during the other 2 matches against Namibia and Canada to avoid any problems that could prevent him from playing in the knockout stage. His role was of course very important in the playoffs. He started in every single match, quarterfinals against Japan, semifinals against Wales, and the final against England. That match in particular was just insane from Vermeulen, who won the Man of the Match award, being the forward with the most carries and having 2 turnovers to his name. Not many can say they've been the best player in a World Cup final, huh? Eventually, time passed by, a lot more test matches in the middle, but nothing as important as the 2023 Rugby World Cup, his third at the age of 37. At this point, because of his age, coaches needed to make clear decisions about when to make use of him. During the pool stage, he only started against Romania in a match that was not very demanding. Then, he entered from the bench to play some minutes against Scotland as well. However, his experience and great physical form counted a lot for the knockout stage, when he played from the beginning against France in the quarters, England in the semis, and New Zealand in the final. Even though he did not play the complete matches, the fact that he was chosen to start in a team with such an amount of great forwards speaks for itself. That way, being a starter in the final at 37 years old, Duane Vermeulen became a 2-time world champion with the Springboks. A few days after the tournament ended, once all the buzz calmed, Vermeulen announced that the World Cup final had been his very last international match with the Springboks. And what a career it's been! 76 tests, 4 times as a captain, 2-time world champion, 2-time best player in the country, among the top 5 best players in the world in 2014, 3 tries for the Springboks. What else could you ask for an international career? Just like that, this great player, known for his powerful tackling and strong ball carrying, retires from the Springboks as the most capped number 8 player ever, also having played as a flanker on 3 occasions. South Africa will, without a doubt, miss Duane Vermeulen on the field.